I'm gonna the screens
Got it.
or the slides.
Awesome.
Here we go.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. It's so great to see faces I haven't seen for a long time. Russ was just reminding me that he sees me every week, but I don't get to see him. So it's great to see faces again. I don't see typically. So and we wanted to do this via Zoom today just to kind of lessen exposure for the week, make a little difference. We are going to be live next week. We have the president of the South Salt Lake Chamber who's going to be talking to us about what's going on in South Salt Lake. Apparently a lot of great stuff. So we'll be live next week. Let's start with our on-time trivia, and you're going to put the answer in the chat. The first person who puts it in the chat is going to be the winner. And this is a trivia question about Utah. How many counties in the state of Utah? Who said that? Sean? Is it Sean?
I don't know. What's the answer?
The answer is 29.
Melanie Larson was first.
Oh, she was? Okay. Guess I don't know how to use the chat. All right. Congratulations. There are 29 counties in the state. I did not know that, quite honestly. I'm embarrassed to say. I think Phoenix could probably name every county above Salt Lake. Is that right, Phoenix? You don't have to. I just thought.
I thought there were only 12.
They've added a few more. All right. If you are a new agent or a visitor, will you unmute yourself and introduce yourself to us? I'll take a look and see. Russ, you could reintroduce yourself because we haven't seen you forever. All right, well, we'll get people next time in team meeting. Let's do some bucket filling. I'm going to start bucket filling by thanking the entire leadership team that I have the honor of working with. Great people that I love to know and work with every day. So thank you all. Thank you, team.
Thank you, Shauna.
And who else has a bucket to fill?
I'd like to thank Risa. Last week, while I was home doing some quarantining after exposure, she was able to do me a big favor. I forgot my power cord at the office, and so she brought me a cord so I could work this weekend. Thank you, Risa.
Oh, thank you,
anytime, anytime.
I want to jump on and thank Delaney and Kimber Walton. They took a little bit of time last week or earlier this week, I don't even remember, to help me set up my smart plans on command. Kimber has a 36 touch that's easily downloadable and very easy to implement. So, you know, her and Delaney are super willing and helpful, and I really appreciate them helping me get on track with the smart plan side of stuff in command.
Excellent.
Yeah, it can do some pretty cool stuff. So thank you for being brave enough to give that a try. It's a pretty powerful tool.
You can teach that class, Phoenix, in the future. All right, anyone else with a bucket to fill or some gratitude to express? No? All right, well, we will move on to our cultural icon, which Coach Dave, you received that award last week, and I know how excited you were, and it was, if I recall, all about the enthusiasm and energy that you come with, every positive energy you come with every single day. Sometimes you're shouting positive
Just
energy.
coming around the corner shouting affirmations. I think that's what she said.
I believe so.
It really is an honor to be given this award, to be recognized that way. You know, I try to pour my heart and soul into this office, and it feels good to see that. You know, in thinking about where to give it out this week, you know, I look around the office and I see a lot of people that are deserving, and it comes down to like the total package, right? Like I go down through the Y4C2Ts and see where are these folks really kicking in. And I've got to give some credit to the folks that are just showing up and doing the work, even when it's not really pretty. The agent that I have in mind, new agent came in with some big goals and also some very real financial realities and deadlines, had to produce in a certain amount of time. There were some emotional conversations along the way, some cussing and discussing, as I like to say at times. And they have found this new, I would say, confidence in chasing down and converting for sale by owners. When I talk to them in their one-on-one meeting, they come in and they're just excited about finding the next FSBO to get on the phone so they can start building a relationship. The success is coming, the conversions are happening, and so are the listings. Sydney, this one is for you. Sydney Rosenblatt, just showing up, making it work, not pretty every time, but dang it, getting the results. And I am incredibly proud of you, Sydney. You deserve it.
Oh, is Sydney on this
I
meeting?
don't see her on, and that's
She promised me she would be here.
well, maybe she's just running a little bit late. Not that realtors are ever late.
Not for lunch. Well, we will tell her. I am super proud of her. She's not letting anything stop her, which is a great lesson to all of us. And she's very young, so wonderful. We'll pass that on to her. Thank you, Dave. And now it is time. Oh, there you are, Broker Dave, for the broker moment. What are we doing really well, and where's there room for growth?
Well, I'm going to second the Sydney conversation there. She came in last week and is posed with a challenge with a FSBO that has 3 properties to sell and wants to try out one of our competitors' new gimmick. And so we had to go scouting in and find some things there. At the end of the day, guys, real estate is a people-to-people business, and all of these little flashy gimmicks and things that some of these other companies are trying to do is basically a smoke and mirrors show to enter into the conversation that you guys are already in. And so, whether it's an online auction or whether it's we'll tell you we're going to give you cash and you can go out and make a cash offer when in fact it's really a loan. And, all these things, they're just gimmicks for a conversation. You guys are out there making the conversations, just take it to the finish line. I really don't have a lot to say today other than, keep watching the MLS when you go on. There's a lot of new forms on, updated forms. If you go to the upper right-hand corner, when you log into the MLS, it'll show you any notices or changes or things like that. And a lot of the times these form updates are precipitated by agents trying to write clauses into contracts and screwing it up. And so the MLS literally comes back and gives you the verbiage. So just keep using the forms. And one final thing, if you got a cancellation, we're involved in a conversation right now. I'll tell you about that in half a second. But a lot of the times, if your buyer has the right to cancel, the purchase contract says that they have to give notice. And the cancellation notice basically says when they are canceling, not why. And that's what keeps the contract binding. If the buyer has the right to cancel to the due diligence deadline or the financing appraisal deadline, you just mark the box on the form that when you are sending over the cancellation. What I'm finding though is you send emails over, say attached is the cancellation, and then get into a long verbiage dialogue that really clouds the issue. If the buyer has the right to cancel prior to the financing appraisal deadline, for example, all you have to do for a clear-cut cancellation is say, please find attached my buyer's notice of cancellation. Instead, we're saying, please find attached my buyer's notice of cancellation. They really looked at that roof and they didn't, and then they start talking about diligence items and things like that you really don't need to put into your cover letter. You just need to provide the cancellation. So keep things simple. And if it says just provide it, just provide it. Don't necessarily get into a dialogue on other things. We are in a conversation with a brokerage in Southern Utah right now that we have a contract. The buyers have decided to default on that contract. The sellers have elected to accept the earnest money as liquidated damages. Buyer and seller both agree that this money is going to our seller. The seller stopped into the brokerage to pick up the check, and the brokerage wanted them to fill out a W-9, fill out a hold harmless agreement, and hold out all these things, and they're holding that check hostage. My point is, company policies of a brokerage does not change the contractual written word of the agreement. And there's nothing in the agreement that says our people have to sign or fill out or supply anything. And this literally is going to go to court, not necessarily because the sellers are trying to hide anything or whatever, but the brokerage is going outside of the confines of the contract to do what they think they need to do. And I really don't want to be put in charge of being the collection agency or the notice agency to the Internal Revenue Service. If a buyer is receiving earnest, or excuse me, if the seller is receiving earnest money, that may or may not be earned or claimed income that they have to report on their taxes. But that's between them and their tax accountant. That's between their tax accountant and them. I don't want to be put in the middle of that discussion. And there's a brokerage that is trying to do that. So we're probably going to end up arm wrestling in front of some legal people. But at the end of the day, again, it comes back to keep things simple. The buyers and sellers have agreed in a contract that this happens, this happens, this happens. We are the notice giver. You send it out, here it is, keep it simple. And that's all I've got. I'm out.
Thank you, Dave. All right, Coach Dave, what have you got for us today?
It's kind of surreal being back in this virtual space again. I'm glad that it is hopefully temporary, a very temporary thing. I was given this great book. It's a collection of the works of John Maxwell. I was given that book for my birthday. And I was reading through it this morning, just kind of waking up the brain for the day, seeing what's out there, seeing what's possible. And I came across this great passage. It comes from the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. If any of you have read that work, if you haven't, I suggest that you do. And it ties in really well with the bold law of let's not mistake movement for achievement, right? And what John Maxwell writes is that prioritizing leaves leaders to continually think ahead. We need to know what's important, we need to know what's next, and to see how everything relates to the overall vision, right? Busyness does not equal productivity. Activity is not necessarily accomplishment. And there's a couple of questions that John suggests that we go through as we're thinking about how do we prioritize and what comes next. The first one is what is required, right? What do I need to do that nobody else in this process either can do or should do, okay? I'm going to make the argument that in our businesses, lead generation is something that nobody but you should be doing. If you want to run your own business, run your own business. Don't be at the mercy of paid leads. The second thing that John asks is what gives the greatest return, okay? And this applies to like the 80-20 principle. We need to work in our areas of greatest opportunity and greatest strength. And if there's something that we can do that can be done relatively well by somebody else, get rid of it, hand it off, get some leverage. And then finally, as we're thinking of our priorities, we've got to remember what brings us the most reward, okay? That could be financial, that could be emotional, that could be fulfillment. So as we're looking at our businesses and what we need to do to drive it forward, think about first, what's required? What can only you do in your business? Second, what can you give away in your business? And then third, what are those parts of the business that give you the most return, the most reward, the most fulfillment, the most money, or put the biggest smile on your face? Hey, it is an honor to be in business with you folks. Looking forward to seeing you hopefully next week in person. That's what I got today.
Oh, thank you. Great reminder. I haven't read that book for a while. Appreciate the advice. All right. Next up, I believe we have Kristen from Acclaimed Home Warranty. Kristen, I saw you dancing when you first got on the Zoom meeting. I love your energy. And thank you for being here today.
You like my fridge in the background with the big muscles?
I do. I like
We're
that.
all about. Well, I hope you guys can hear me okay. I'm having a little bit of internet issues in my office, but good morning and happy 2022. Anyway, yeah, so I'm Kristen Combs. A lot of you have not met me. You've seen my other salespeople, but I am actually taking over your office. I want to conquer with all of my Keller Williams offices because I love working with St. George and the Midvale office, and I'd love to earn more of your business as well. We're going to have some fun today because I know you guys know home warranties. I know you have a lot of people you can choose from. So what I want to do today is just kind of make this fun. And thanks, Rachel. Love you too. And let's have a little giveaway. I've got 3 questions in the chat. First one to answer. All right. On our ultimate plan, what gift does your client always get? Da na 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 na. See, if you guys don't answer it, then this is why I'm here. Aha! Phoenix got it. They get a free rekey. Way to go, Phoenix. Make sure you get one of these. Okay, question number 2. Do we limit our coverage for age of systems? No. Good job, Shane. You won. Okay, then the last one is, do you know what areas that my company covers? All of Utah. Yes, we do. All of Utah. St. George is one of my biggest territories for me. So anyway, for those of you that don't know me, I'm Kristen Combs. I am the COO of Acclaimed Home Warranty. So when you're working with me, you don't just get a salesperson that throws swag on your desk that you never use. You get somebody who can make big decisions quickly, get things done. We're located from across the hall of the Board of Realtors. So we're complete legit. We're like in the building where everybody goes. But our service fees are $60. Our top plan, our ultimate is $600. We have a $500 and a $400 plan. We cover condos, multi-units. And I would love to earn your business. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that everybody gets my contact information texted to you so you can save me in your phone. And I am here to be texted and asked any questions. Oh, did Mike win the second question? Oh, all right. Well, I'll give you both one. How's that? Sorry, I'm reading all these. I want to make it fair to everybody. And I hope to see you guys soon, but I do love Zooms because I get to see more people quicker because everyone's working so remotely since COVID. So it's so nice to see faces and to see people I haven't seen in a while. Please, does anyone have any questions about home warranties at all? Something that's come up recently with another company you have a question on? Okay, easy peasy. Well, I want to earn your business. I will be texting everybody. Thank you for giving me the time to show up this morning, Shauna. And just like Broker Dave said, don't let it be smoke and mirrors. Just because you get cool swag on your desk doesn't mean you're going to get the best service. Come to a company and a gal that runs it and that knows what I'm doing and can help your clients the best possible way a home warranty company can. You guys go have an amazing rest of your day.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Kristen, for a great presentation and for a lot of fun. Thank you. And hopefully, well, next time we'll get to meet you in person in our team meeting. So thanks. Thank you again. All right. So I want everybody to put our awards gala on your calendar. It's January 28th. It's going to be downtown at the Marriott City Center. Everyone is invited. If you are an award winner or not, we're going to have a great time. It is drinks and desserts, so you can have a nice dinner downtown. A lot going on downtown these days, but hopefully we can all be there and celebrate the success of our Keller Award winners.
And this is definitely a like sort of a
expensive, but you're worth it.
And we would like as many of our people there as possible. And the special speaker is going to be Governor Herbert. Our region just announced that. And so, you know, and for those of you who don't know, he was the, I don't know what the title is, but he was the head of UAR or something, right? Shauna, what was he the head
And
of?
I can't remember that either. Definitely governor of the state. And he is a friend to realtors. He's always been very realtor friendly, which despite political views, we care about him for that. So yeah, he will be our special guest speaker.
Yeah, so that's really exciting. And we want as many people as possible from our office to show up and represent. It's always a lot of fun. And I know it's only in a couple of weeks. It's 2 weeks from this Friday. So make sure you register ASAP.
And we can send that registration out on today's email, Rachel?
Yes, and it's also, the link is at the website, the region's website, which is KW, I'm typing it into the chat, kwutah.com. And you can go there and register, but we'll make sure to send out the link in today's email.
Thank you so much. That is a surprise who our winners are.
And Kristen, yes, sponsors. We have to have sponsors by the 18th. So if you want to sponsor, let me know.
Okay, will you put your email in the chat and I'll email you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks, babe.
Thank you. All right, are we to awards, Rachel?
I think so. Let's take a look. Yes. So
Awesome. I'm going to turn it over to you and Dave.
So this is, yeah, Coach Dave, make sure you're unmuted. I've come to depend on your enthusiastic support to announce awards. So we had a pretty exciting December. For those of you who are following along, remember we broke $1 billion for the first time ever. And the first couple of weeks of the month, it was looking like we might not get there. It was just kind of slow, but then all of you had closings. Like in the last week and a half, Addison can attest, it got a little nuts there for a while. So we had some fun stuff that changed at the end of the month. So we want to celebrate the people who capped. We had quite a few people cap. All of these people will now be getting 100% of their commission until the next time they reset. Stephanie Grable capped twice in 1 year, as did, I'm pretty sure Jennifer Worley did as well. And then Angie Clark is a relatively new agent with us. Coach Dave, how long has she been with us?
Oh, I forget. Angie's been with us no more than maybe 6 or 7 months. She's an experienced agent, came from Florida, where she had a great network, great sphere, moved to the West where she knew nobody. And guess what she did? She just started knocking on doors, picking up phones, talking to people, and she's crushing it. Yeah, she's crushing it. You know, I also want to point out that we have like McCall, we have Marita and Rick, we have Jen, we have Stephanie. These are folks that are working on a team in a specialized role. And to see that number of cappers coming out of the Stern team specifically, that's just impressive. That's just really cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Making 100%.
It's always fun to see the team members cap for sure. All right. So next. Actually, I think we didn't have any December 1sts.
Is that a first?
December 1st is no first. I don't know.
First December with no first.
But we did have quite a few agents that contributed to us hitting that $1 billion mark. These are our agents who had $1 million in closed volume for the month. And that is, for the month of December, that is a huge list. So, and some of these people had multi-million-dollar months. So congratulations to everyone who had a $1 million month in the month of December alone. I love seeing that. You know, we talk starting around Halloween, we start talking about how important it is to stay in your routines and keep doing the work throughout the holidays, because so many other agents will sit down and take a 3-month break. And these are the agents who work consistently. And, you know, there's so much business out there for the taking if you're willing to do the work during the kind of Halloween to New Year's time period. So we're really proud of all of our agents who did that.
Absolutely. You know, people have asked me in the winter, does the business slow down? And the answer that we just keep giving, or that I keep giving, is no, just some agents do. We have to prove that. There's a list of 30 people who did $1 million in volume in 1 month. That's incredible. That just proves that the business isn't slowing down a bit if you're willing to go out there and find it.
Absolutely. All right, and next is our home runs. So this list is a little bit smaller than it has been in previous months. A home run, for those of you who may be new or need a refresher, is having at least one listing, one written contract, and one closing all in the same month. And I think one of the reasons this is a smaller list this month is our listings were really low in December. And you know that it's pretty typical for this time of year. However, with as much business as we did, people buying homes, somebody's listing those homes. So one of the things we're going to focus on in the new year is how to help you all go out and take some more of those listings, so that we can make sure that you're totally controlling the market and the business around you. So, but congratulations to our 13 home run recipients in the month of December. And one of the other things we really like to focus on is growth. And we talk about this every month and how important it is. Yes, it's awesome to celebrate people who have had an amazing month. And we also want to make sure that we're recognizing those people who are doing the work over time, not just in one amazing month, but growing their business month over month and year over year. So we're going to start with volume for December. Taylor Witzel, 471% increase over the prior December. Jennifer Worley on the Stern team, almost 500%, 498. And Russ Fawcett, there's a reason for that, but that number is pretty impressive. Russ Fawcett, almost 6,500% increase. And keep in mind, December of 2020 was a record-breaking year for our office. So for these people to improve what they did by that much is pretty incredible. For units, Clayton Fulmer, 156% increase in closed units. Ryan Cannon, and this guy's name is on these lists all pretty consistently, 200% increase in closed units for December. And Russ Fawcett, again, 3,000%. So congratulations to our December year-over-year growth leaders. So now we're going to talk about year-to-date. Now, because it's December, this is the entire year. So January through December. So JP on the Stern team, 1,500% more than that, almost 1,600% increase in closed volume year-to-date. And Stephanie Grable, also on the Stern team, over 1,700%. And Russ Fawcett also on the Stern team. Is that a typo, Lynette? No, that's not a typo. There's some, like I said, there's some good reasons for why Russ is at the top of the list, but that's a 30,000% increase in his volume year to date. And then for units, Stephanie Grable over 1,000%, JP 1,167%, and oh yeah, it's Russ Fawcett again, 20,000% increase in closed units year to date. So congratulations to our growth leaders. I'm looking forward to what we all see from you in 2022. And now we're going to talk a little bit about our top individuals, top teams, and top groups. So as I mentioned, sorry, what was that? Somebody?
Back up if you're online with us. Someone in financial house, and I was able to get you an approval that I think you're going to like. So just go ahead and call me back so I can get you the details.
Seeing who's unmuted here. Oops. There we go.
I think she muted, yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. So one of the things, so Lynette helps me put these slides together. And we were discussing this next slide. And we also mentioned already the low number of listings that we have. So we actually don't have anybody that is top in individual agents for listings taken for the month. Several people had one, but that would have been a very long list. So We're going to start with closed volume for our individuals. Shad Selmos, 3.2 million in closed volume. It's definitely helps when you've got a commercial closing, and still only put him in third place. So I'm interested to see Mike Gable, 4.3. Whew, my goodness, that's quite a lot for a single month. And still only number 2, Ryan Cannon. And those of you who maybe don't know, Ryan has a full-time job that he does, and then does real estate on the side, and had a $4.6 million month. So congratulations to Ryan for that success, and to Mike and Shad as well. And then for closed units, Shad had not quite 3 units. And then we had, let's see, 5 people or teams, or well, I guess, yeah, 5 people tied for second with 3 closings each. And Ryan, 6 closings. Holy mackerel. I want to talk to that guy and see what he's doing to make that all work. So congratulations to our individual agent.
Ryan doesn't have much time to do anything but work his sphere of influence. Like, that's what he's doing. He's picking up the phone and he's talking to the people that he knows about their needs.
Yep, absolutely. Doing the right activities. All right, so our top teams, now these are 2 producing agents that both do production. So for listings taken, the Burnside team and Brandrew Real Estate had 2 each. And the one group had 3 listings for the month. So for closed volume, the Masons, just a little over 2 million. The one group, 5.2, holy mackerel. And BB sold. So they had a huge commercial closing. It's really fun to see, but 11 million definitely helped us get over that $1 billion mark. And then for units, the Bouchard team had 4 closed units. BB sold just edged them out, 4.35. And the one group had 6 closings for the month. And I'm looking at, again, so BB sold is commercial, so that's a little bit higher price point. But if you look at the one group, that's pretty close to $1 million a unit on their end. So that's pretty exciting stuff. And then groups. For listings taken, Keith Madsen team had 2. Whoops, clicked that button too fast. And the Stern team had 14. And as an entire office, we had 39 listings. So 14 is more than 1/3 of that. So we are very grateful for the Stern team, and also congratulations to them for, just not letting up the steam and keeping going and finding those listings. And I know several of you double-sided those. If the Stern team took the listing, you also, some of you were representing the buyers on those. So they're bringing listings to the table. For closed volume, in third place, Phoenix's team, Dynamic, 654,000. Keith Madsen team, 1.8, almost 1.9 million in closed volume. And the Stern team, 24 million in closed volume. And I think I saw that Mike Walters is on, and I believe the Stern team had a record year. Maybe we can have them speak to that a little bit. Mike, how did you guys end up your year?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it was our best year ever. We ended the year at 450 closed units, 215 million in volume, and 5.9 million GCI.
Whew. Yep, they qualified for the highest award in the Keller Williams world, which is the Millionaire Real Estate Agent Award. And that's a pretty prestigious award. The entire team gets to take part of that. So that's exciting.
Thank you.
And for closed units, let's finish out that. Keith Madsen team had 2, Dynamic 2.85. And for closed units in December, the Stern team had 39. So congratulations to all of our agents, our individuals, our teams, and our groups who worked so hard throughout the winter months to finish the year so strong. We are very proud of all of you. And now we are also going to talk about, this, I guess this, Lynette, is this December or is this January birthdays? Lynette?
It's December.
December.
Oh, okay. So December birthdays and our also December anniversaries. So we had, that is amazing. So Tamara has been with this, with KW for 20 years now. Basically, as soon as Keller Williams started in Utah, Tamara was there. Taylor Telford, 6, Kim Weaver, 4, Allie Lund, 3, Allie Adams, 2, Michael Tate, 2, Lynette just finished a year with us. We're so grateful for her, and Casey Abbott also a year. So congratulations to the anniversaries. And our agent of the month this month. Shauna, do you want to say a few words about our agent of the month?
Oh, our agent of the month is Corey. And Corey has been with us. I think he came in not too long after me. And I think everyone would agree Corey is so valuable to the office, one of my dearest friends. And yeah, I can't say enough good about him. When he says he doesn't like people, I don't believe him for 1 minute. I think he loves people. I don't know if Corey's on, but he's been our transaction coordinator and an agent for probably 15, 16 years in our office.
And also Broker Dave's kind of right hand helps out a lot when Broker Dave needs help, which she needs a lot because you guys are out there doing a ton of business. And I know Broker Dave is constantly available for all of you on the phone. And so Corey often helps answer questions, but also review files so that we can get you guys paid quickly. And I know that Addison is grateful for him as well.
And really handing off your transaction is the first piece of leverage to your business. Coach Dave was talking about leverage. It is not the highest and best use of your time, and another set of eyes on the contract is critical. So
absolutely, we're very grateful for Corey.
We are indeed. And
then our rookie of the month. So this is going to be a new award we are going to announce every month. And you know, this we've heard this guy's name quite a bit in the last couple of months. He has been so impressive the way he shows up, always looks so smart, got great suits, and has just, you know, really committed to doing the work that is necessary to succeed in real estate. Right off the bat, I was super impressed that he asked for a meeting with me to sit down and talk about his financials and having a business plan, which is something that agents that have been in the business for a decade haven't done yet. So I was really impressed by that. And we're just really proud to be in business with Chris McGee. So
yeah, so I'm super proud of Chris too. Chris, are you there?
Nope. I know he was in the office yesterday wearing his mask and wearing a suit that matched. It was pretty great.
Yes, I think he showed up with the suit the first day. I was so impressed, and he just puts his head down and works every day. So congratulations to you, Chris.
All right. So we've got a kind of a book club going right now for the Miracle Morning. Who do we have to talk about that?
Yeah, that's me. So yeah. So right after this, we'll I'm hoping we can stay on this Zoom and just have some discussion about the first couple of chapters. But as I was listening to this again this morning, it just reminded me that whether we happen to be in January right now, but this book, doesn't matter what time of year you're in, doesn't matter where you're at, because the whole purpose of this book is finding those little pieces inside of you that you can just get that extra 1%. Now, it doesn't talk about 1% here, but the reality is you compound 1% day over day, and you're going to have about a 38% growth for the year. So we'll be doing some discussion on that for about 15 minutes right after this meeting.
Oh, perfect. And thank you, Mike. You and I, we talked a little bit about that in team meeting last week, and really how you start the day really sets the tone for it. And I got my new copy, excited to be reading that. And we're going to have Mona Stevens. Will you remind me the date that Mona's going to come in and do our workshop?
She's going to be coming in March. Let me get back to you because I only have one screen right now, so I don't have it on my
Oh,
thing. Hold on here.
yeah, and I have it too, our chain of texts on that. She will be coming in
Middle of March.
middle of March,
That's
okay.
Yep,
So we'll keep the
starts,
momentum going with our book club before then, and we'll again, sometimes goals set at the beginning of the year, we kind of let them go. We're going to make sure that doesn't happen this year, and look forward to having Mona in front of us. She's an amazing coach and instructor, and does this miracle morning at a high level. So thank
Yep.
you for arranging that.
Yeah, my pleasure. Look, it'll be fun.
And I think I'm going to have you stay on here, Mike. I believe our training schedule is next.
Let's go for it.
Let's see if I'm right.
Yeah, while we're waiting on that, as I don't have anybody on my committee, this will be open-ended. I'll talk about it often, but if there is something that you guys are looking to see as far as training goes, hit me up, call, text, come find me in the office. We want to get that and provide for you guys at a high level. So let's get going here. Obviously, today we have our book club. It will not be for an hour. It literally will be a 15 to maybe 20, 25-minute discussion. And then tomorrow from 1 to 2, we have listings with Sean. Thursday between 11 and 12, real estate fundamentals. So MLS, CMA, and listing input. Followed by at 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock, Capper Mastermind. That's by invite only. Friday, new associate class with Delaney from 12 to 2. And then a reminder, next week is we honor and celebrate Martin Luther King Day. So the office will be closed.
All right, awesome. Friday is also the forecast breakfast. I know a lot of us weren't able to get in on that. We are going to stream that in our office, I believe, Rachel, in our training room in the morning. Okay. Yeah,
we'll get some breakfast and have that streaming so people can, and when I say breakfast, bagels, fruit, juice, that kind of thing. So you all can come and still watch that. Because I know it sold out super quick this year.
And the time on that, does anyone know? I don't have that offhand. It's probably like 10 or 11.
30 or 10.
Okay, we'll send that out in today's email as well. So thank you. We'll look forward to that. The forecast, that is probably one of the most important events, I would say, of the year. And it's going to be very interesting to hear this year what they have to say. So Friday morning.
To confirm, it's 9 a.m. is what I have.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate that. All right, well, we are to wants and needs. So if you have a great listing coming up or you need something for a buyer, let's hear it.
And one of the things, real quick, before anybody jumps in, we do have that dashboard, and on the dashboard is a specific place for you all to be able to let the office know about your upcoming listings, the things that are off market. That can only be shared within the office. And we were asked to put that together, and since then it hasn't gotten a ton of use. So I'd really love to see some of you use that so we can start kind of getting that, the momentum going with that. And I will post a link to the dashboard. It's just kwslcdashboard.com. And maybe next week at team meeting, we can show everyone how to use that.
Oh, and I think Delaney just put that, the dashboard in the chat. So any wants and needs, this is the time.
Hey, real quick, this is Shane, and I am still looking for something at 300 or below in Salt Lake County, VA approved, 2-bedroom or more. I know it's been very, very, very difficult.
Okay, we'll look for that, Sean. And that's a single family?
It could be single family, condo or townhouse, as long as it's VA approved.
Okay. All right.
I've got a listing coming up in Ogden on 26th Street that is like 3,300 square feet, and that same seller is looking to downsize into like a cottage style, same downtown Ogden. We've missed out on a few properties, obviously, because we're contingent, but if anybody's got anything to make that wheel turn round, Ogden.
Thanks, Melanie.
We do have a well-qualified buyer looking in Ogden for pretty much anything under 225. And then Davis and Weber County up to 380, preferably single family home. And then if anybody has any contacts with dry land, just farmland, pretty much looking for anything that has 200 acres plus. So if you guys do have anything coming up, if it has a house on it, great. If not, no problem. So.
Okay.
If anyone is familiar with the Point of the Mountain and all those new subdivisions that are being built out there, I have a buddy that was asking about a new one that's getting started. He sent me a screenshot on a map. If anybody's pretty familiar with who's building up there, on Google Maps, it shows Fieldstone Homes right next to it, but I'm not able to get a hold of anybody. So if anybody's pretty familiar with who's developing in that area, that'd be great.
So we'll try to get that info to you.
I'm looking for a referral agent. If you guys have anybody in the Houston area, I've got the referral to send that way. Fantastic, Phoenix. Let's talk.
All right. Anyone else with the want or need?
So there were a couple in the chat. So just make sure y'all take a quick look at those. Linda Birch has 2 off-market listings coming soon. Maybe we can get those in the dashboard, Linda. And Kelton has 1. So maybe we can get that information and then that way you all have access to it.
Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you, Rachel. All right. Any other wants or needs? Nope.
Sabrina, you've got to get your camera on. I want to see your actual face. There we go.
She was on for a minute.
Okay, well, I didn't see it. I was sharing slides. Well, thank you everyone so much for being able to pivot so quickly and be on in Zoom instead of in person. And hopefully we can all stay healthy and we'll reevaluate. And by next week, we're hoping we can be back in person in team meeting. So
yeah, that will be in person, and we will have that the gentleman who heads up the South Salt Lake Chamber, and that will be some great information for us on development and such. And next week, pants will be not optional, will be necessary for in the, yeah, it was great to see faces we haven't seen for a while. Thank you all so much and look forward to next week.
thanks, everybody.
Bye-bye.